Hi there. I just wanted to show you a little bit about Google Collections, which is a new tool that Google have put together and just released. And it's really useful for collecting together resources for classes and sharing them with students. If you've used Pinterest before, because I know a lot of teachers are quite keen on Pinterest because it lets you produce nice little pin boards which are quite visual for students to look at. It's very similar to that, but it's all within the Google ecosystem. So if you're using Google Apps already, you don't have to worry too much about sort of the students accessing inappropriate stuff on Pinterest. It's all within your Google Apps domain. So this is what it looks like from the main page, and the actual setup screen is fairly sparse. But what it lets you do is create collections of information for particular subjects or lessons. So I'm going to create a collection here, and I'm going to call it I'm going to be doing it in English topics. So I'm going to Romeo and Juliet. So you can change the access rights on it as you can with most other things like Google Drive. I don't want this to be public because I'm just wanting it to be able my English students to be able to access it. So I'm going to do only you for now, and then later on what you can actually do is go to custom and just type in the group or the email addresses of your students, and they will have access to it. So we'll click create, and what it will do is create us a new little page. So we can customize this for you. You can upload your own photos, but I'm just going to select one of the built-in ones which is more appropriate. There aren't really any. What's some snooker pool balls or something? I'll do. There we go. And so that looks quite nice, but obviously if you were doing this for a class, you might want to put a picture of a book or a picture of Romeo and Juliet in there. And from here it's really fairly straightforward. You click in the add collection box and you can start putting your content in. So this page will become sort of a board, a little Pinterest type board for all the things you want to share with your students. So let's say here's a picture of Romeo and Juliet I pulled up earlier on from a play, I think. So I'm going to put in a link and then share that, and it will appear on the board here. You can put some notes and things. You can have students comment on the information you've shared. This is a copy of Romeo and Juliet from Google Book Search. And there's a particular passage I like. Let's say I like this passage. I can copy the link in the top. Again, share it as a link. And then the students have got access to a copy of the text then. So all they do is go in here, click here, and they'll get to that passage you wanted to share with them. And let's say you want something a bit more visual for them, a bit more interesting from an English teacher's perspective. You will put in a little video here, YouTube video we found. So I'm going to pop in enter URL, and there's the video we liked, and we're going to whack that in there. And for homework, watch this video please, and I'm going to share that, and there we go. So let's put a list in there. Or you can also do a few other interesting things in here. So you can create an event. So if there's a homework deadline or something coming up, we can actually pop that in there. And you can actually do a poll. So you can say, ask questions about the text, and you can get responses from the students through there. This is something pretty new, so I wouldn't rely on it too much because Google has a habit of changing things around quite quickly and sometimes removing services which aren't doing as well. But it's a nice feature to have, particularly if you're using Pinterest already in your school. So once you've got it's all up and running, here's one that someone else has completed already. So if I go to my collections, here we are. So these are featured collections that people have already put together, and as soon as you start putting things together, Google starts trying to understand what type of information you're looking for, and it will start picking out sort of topic areas that you're interested in. So if you're putting a lot of educational technology information on there, for example, you'll start getting categories come up with of people who've already created collections within educational technology, and you'll find there's quite a lot of teachers on here already. So there's a few here that let's find one. Let's say we're interested in Photoshop. We can go into Photoshop, and then this chap called Howard has already put together a load of Photoshop images and tutorials that he's created, which could be quite useful. And so that's it really. It's fairly basic, fairly standard, but it does make something a little bit easier within your Google Apps domain, within the school's control, that you can use to share content with your students. And it's quite just a fun little way just to throw information together in there. And you can also get other students involved, so maybe you could create a board and have students, the students in your class actually providing the content and sharing information between each other. So that's Google Collections. Thanks for watching.